We are back in the kitchen, everybody, with Tinky Weisblat, the diva of deliciousness from TinkyCooks.com, making an apple sundae sauce with some candied walnuts. Now, I don't like calling you a diva.
You don't?
You don't seem like a diva.
I sing. That's why I'm called the diva.
Oh, because you're a singer?
Because I'm a singer.
Because you're not, like, hard to work with.
No, divas can be wonderful.
You are a wonderful diva. That's why I'm going to call you the wonderful diva of deliciousness.
Oh, I like that. Or the delightful. Then we keep the does going.
Yes, we need the alliteration, the consonants of it. So, okay. I also like ice cream.
Good.
So this is a good start, good transition. So what are we making today?
So I have been sauteing these little apples. You could wait for them to caramelize, but you basically want them to soften. And the apples that you use, you want them to be an apple with a fair amount of firmness. So if we had Macintoshes in here, I love to eat Macintoshes raw, but if you start cooking with them, they kind of just explode. So here I'm using ginger gold and gala.
Now, when you say firm, do you mean they're not that ripe, or do you mean it's a certain type of apple that tends to be firmer? No, it's an apple
that tends to be firmer and tends to hold its shape a little bit in cooking.
Okay, and what types of apples are usually firmer?
Well, these two are prime examples. The ginger gold is one of my favorites for baking pies and things like that. A Granny Smith, a baking apple. There's a Gravenstein, which is a very tart. These aren't so tart, but they're good.
They're good.
So this is, again, a very simple recipe because, as you may have guessed, that's what I do. I didn't put this, and I didn't put in the recipe that you're supposed to chop the apples when we put it online, but you could probably figure that out. It just says apples.
Yeah, you're not just throwing an apple in an ice cream
Saute the
bowl.
apples, no.
That's the sauce, it's just an apple.
I didn't put this in either. I think it will help to have just a tiny pinch of salt.
Okay.
Then what we add is, and they were sauteed in butter. This is, King Arthur Flour called this the ingredient of the year. So who am I to quibble? It's cider syrup or boiled cider. And we have several places around here that makes it. This is from Wheelview Farm in Shelburne. There's a place called Cars in Hadley that makes it. I don't know if there are any other local places.
Yeah, we don't say the name, but it's a local area. So,
or you can order it online.
Yes, exactly. But stay local. We like to be local.
So what we do is and cider syrup or boiled cider is basically what it sounds like. It's like maple syrup. You boil it and boil it and boil it. You could do it yourself, but it's a lot of work.
Cider's really in. People are like that. Cider vinegar we always have on the show nowadays.
Exactly. Well, cider is a wonderful natural product. So we just add that and we toss it to coat the apples.
It smells like apple crisp.
And that's kind of it. And then we take it. I'm going to make it a little warmer.
Do you puree it? How do you get it to be like a sauce?
Well, to call it a sauce is perhaps a little strong.
Well, Tinky, you told me it was a sauce, so what is it?
You use a spoon to put it on. It's a topping. How's that?
It's a topping.
Okay.
This could not be further from a sauce right now. I feel lied to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I feel offended. Tinky, you know what? You are a diva. I take it back.
I'm a diva.
Big diva.
Okay, and then it will say on the internet, because we don't quite have time, but how to make the candied walnuts.
We got some time.
We got some time. I'll tell you.
There's always time for you.
Okay, so you take some walnuts, You put them on a lightly greased cookie sheet with foil on it, and you grease the foil. You cook them for about 10 minutes. You cook them till they start smelling. And in fact, you could do that segment on the stove top.
What do you mean by
tossing
smelling?
Them.
Like the smell of walnuts comes out?
When you can smell the walnut oil.
Okay.
Then you melt some butter. You throw in a tiny bit of brown sugar, tiny bit of maple syrup, tiny bit of salt, tiny bit of cinnamon. And then you throw your warm walnuts in that, toss to coat, put it back in the oven for 10 minutes, tossing.
A lot of tossing going on.
There's a lot of tossing because you don't want your walnuts to burn in. In fact, if you'll taste one walnut, you'll notice that they have a little tiny morsel of burnt offering in them. But you know what? They're still good because they're sweet.
Right.
Yeah. So we don't care. But I just thought they add such a nice touch to the sundaes.
Now, when is walnut season? I know it's apple season right now. When is it walnut season?
That's a really good question.
Okay, no,
I have no idea.
I'm just spitballing here. I had some questions.
I just buy them. But I'm guessing summer, but I don't know. Does anybody know?
Don't worry about it. It's not the most important. You can ask all of our production assistants.
I will find out eventually.
And then you put that on top of the ice cream. You throw the walnuts on there. Do you ever put sprinkles on there? Any chocolate syrup?
I don't think you need. I mean, we're kind of going with, dare I say, natural flavors.
As we should.
And sprinkles and chocolate syrup although I know chocolate is
How
a
dare
natural
I?
substance.
You know what I wanted to know? What else?
Oh, I'm
can
really
you,
being a diva if I'm saying how dare you. Yes.
with the maple, the cider maple syrup.
Yeah.
Do you put that on
Taste
pancakes?
a little bit. You can put it on pancakes. I'm going to pour a little bit in addition. You can stick your finger in.
Okay.
And Lauren can come over and stick her finger in too if she
Nope,
wants
Lauren, it's
to.
mine. All right, Lauren, you want some? You can have some if you want, but I'm tasting it right now.
Sure.
So you get the taste. It's just, it concentrates
ask me
the
twice to
cider
try
flavor. Just stick your finger in and then lick.
I'm gonna grab a spoon.
No, just
Oh,
stick your
she's
finger
so-
in. It's not that bad. Okay, fine. Okay.
That's my preferred method of.
Ooh, that's
So
good.
it's really intensifies the cider flavor, makes it a little bit sweeter, although sweeter, this is sweet cider. And then, yeah, you can make it on pancakes. You can, I'm thinking it would be very good with maybe something like pork or chicken or whatever, you know, and kind of, it's kind of, you use it kind of maybe the way you would maple syrup.
Now, Tinky, this looks beautiful. It is served in a